This is the day most student athletes dream about, the day you get a chance to take your game to the next level on National Signing Day. We'll begin on the Hill. There's a rivalry developing between a pair of Science Hill football teammates, now enemies. Running back Elijah Mathis is staying home and going to ETSU, while his teammate Quentin Alabokas is joining arch rival Chattanooga. Meanwhile, their teammate Brett Marcus is headed to Ohio to prestigious D3 school Case Western. For all three, it was just a matter of finding what they needed.
When you start from the bottom and then you finally reach the top, it just makes you feel like you've done something great. So, I mean, I think that's what each and every one of us want to do, and I guess we're all on the same page.
When I saw how serious they play football, how they get after them, man, I was like, that's exactly what I want. I want a team that could push me to that limit.
So I was thinking Ivy Leagues or high academic Division III schools. And I understand it's not the name recognition of some of the other schools, but it's a lot better than a lot of other schools that people have heard of.
Football was only half the story, with the Toppers baseball player Jordan Holly and volleyball player Abby Higgins are taking the two-year route to Walter State, and softball pitcher Chloe Smith is going to the beach. She'll be at Daytona State. At Dobbins Bennett this afternoon, a host of student athletes signed, beginning with Landon Salyers, the Indians punter, and the All-Big East special teams player signed with Army. His teammate Michael Foster, the Indians center, who had 33 blocks that led to a touchdown, signed a national letter of intent with Mars Hill. Indians running back and defensive back Jacoby Thompson, who rushed for 622 yards and 13 touchdowns, signed with the Cumberlands, and Indians wide receiver and defensive back Brett Rogers, who caught 20 passes for 14.2 average, signed with Butte Junior College. All four are happy with their decisions.
It means even more to attend West Point. It's such a prestigious academy, and just thinking of all the people who have come before me, it's just an amazing day.
What do you like about Mars?
Mountains. Love the outdoors. And it's the place that God told me to go.
It's exciting. About to meet new people, meet a new team. And I like the feeling. I'm very excited to go.
I lived in California, so when I moved out here to Tennessee, my family's all in California, so I just wanted to move back and play in front of them.
From the baseball team, the Indians' Drew Pierce, who has a career 10-0 record on the mound and a 3.0 ERA, signed with Columbia State Community College. And from the soccer team, Luke Hurd is headed to Tampa, Florida, where he will play for Florida College. A pair of Greenville Green Devils are joining the Tourbus Revolution at ETSU in the fall. Offensive lineman Eddie Gajardo and defensive back Nick Payne, both committed to the Bucs, and both waited nearly until the last minute to do it. Why did they choose the local team starting back up? It's all about the challenge. As for third Green Devil, Bryson Knight, it's a chance to go somewhere that he feels like home, and that's the University of the Cumberlands.
When I talked to some of the players on my unofficial visit, they made good points, saying like they'd rather go into a program that's building up rather than going into a program that's already winning championships, just so that they can say that they're like the founding fathers of the program.
I've been on a few visits there, and they've got, you never want to go to a place where you get comfortable. Like, they're always going to work you, and they're building up, like Eddie said.
I fell in love with the campus, and the coaching staff was just so welcoming, and I really liked the style of play and just the atmosphere.
Football covered just a third of the Greenville signees this season. State champion girls soccer player Caitlin Hajopoulos and Lexi Gregg will be rivals at Carson Newman and Tusculum. State champion softball players Kayla Woods and Megan Ramsey are staying together at Union College. Boys soccer player Avery Perot is headed to Bryan College, and tennis player Griffin Leonard continues to be on the court at Milligan. David Crockett plans to have its biggest signing class ever this year, and Ian Martin started the flow this afternoon. After receiving a late offer from ETSU, Martin still chose the first school that wanted him, Tennessee State, and the Pioneers offensive lineman said that loyalty definitely played in the decision.
Well, they was my first offer, and so I went down there last week, and I just fell in love with the place. So it's just telling me that I'm able to play at the next level, and the coaches believe in me that I can do it.
A few schools had just a single signing today. That starts with another future Buccaneer. Elizabethton's Preston Whitehead turned an impressive career into a spot with the Bucs. Up on Roan Mountain, another Whitehead, Cloudland's Austin Whitehead, is on his way to the University of the Cumberlands. And across the border at Gate City, Blue Devils linebacker Keener Burke is going to Concord. Also today at Tennessee High, we want to say Anna Moore, she's headed to Chattanooga. The Vikings senior is going to be a mock next fall, so we'll hopefully see footage of her tonight at 11.